Hello, it is me, Blake Streams and more, and today, layout progress update. Woo, yeah, I'm so excited. But before we get into it, a little thing first. This is not the full layout. This is just old table mama had lying around. She was like, hey, you want it? I was like, yeah, sure. I still got to build the extensions off of that, but this is a start. As you can see underneath the layout, I have some eventual train storage, although I might have to remove it when I start like wiring up switches and whatnot, but plan to make it an all unitrack layout just for simplicity's sake. I want to be able to run at least 2 or 3 trains on it at a time, but yeah, there's the start of it. Still, as you can see as well, have a decent amount of gap from here to here, and I still need to go like from here to like here, yes. But now let's go look at the track plans. And here I am in the track planner software. As you can see, the layout planning is done. Well, I don't know what's happening here, but it'll work. I'll make it work. But anyway, so here's the basic concept I wanted to go for. We got outer double track main, got a branch line, got a yard, industry, and then locomotive sheds. That's the basics, but let's go into, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of how it operates. So first we got the outer main line. This one has I'm wanting to build possibly a concrete plant here, although I also have stuff to make an ethanol plant or a gas plant. So I'll probably put like an ethanol plant here, maybe cement plant, just depends on how I feel. And then that goes back to the main line. So you'd have to, this one you have to be going this way to back in without trapping the locomotives. So I might change this up and add a switch here, or I might just deal with it. Honestly, what I could do is, say you're pulling off from the engine shed, you go down here, you grab your tankers, you go up, you back down, and then you go forward all the way till here. Although, I don't know, I'll figure out how the operations work for that, but basically you can go from this track to this track, and then you can go here and you can either go back onto this track here, or come in on this side, or you can go from this track all the way to the branch line. And then, you know, you got the branch line itself. This is where I'm going to be putting my Walther's transloading facility here. It'll be a nice big building, so it'll take off a lot of this empty space. Then we got, you know, maybe like a city or a farmland here or whatever. Maybe like a mountain here or something. I don't know. I haven't planned out the scenery fully yet because I have nothing to do with it yet, but then we got this curve off here. This will be like a grain elevator, and then this first track will be for grain cars, either empties waiting to get loaded or loads waiting to be assembled once the rest of the loads are done. Got another track, another switching track. I might put a stub here for like passenger cars or something, or a switcher locomotive probably go right here, and then more locomotive sheds over here for the branch line. And yeah, double track main lines and a branch line. Basically the ability to run 3 different trains at once. I am going to make the layout DCC and DC capable. That way I can, you know, run any train I want on this layout basically. That's why I made the curves out here super big and wide. Because my locomotives will run on these inner curves, but it's better just to have the bigger ones. Because the bigger curves don't make them bind up nearly as bad. And that way I can run things like my cab forward when I get that fixed at some point. Or a big boy if I ever get one of those. Or DDA 40X, you know. And This is gonna be loosely based in the Midwest. There's no real prototype here. I might just be, it's probably gonna be based off my fictional railroad, if anything. But yeah, it's pretty good, and it's all Kato Unitrack. So see, that's like a 95/8" feeder track. Probably have like one for each loop, like a feeder track for this one, feeder track for this one, and feeder track for that one. That way they have enough power to run all the trains I want. Yep, that's a number 4 left manual. Thanks. Okay, and then here's the size. I got 10 feet by 5 feet 8 inches. So, not the biggest, but it's still going to be a pretty big layout, all things considered. Especially for a starter layout. But yeah, now I'll take you guys back to in person. And so yeah, I got the track all planned out, and I got, all these trains I want to run on it. But what about the extensions, you may ask? Because, as you can tell, this ain't big enough. I mean, you still got all this space and all this space. That's where the extensions come into hand. And so, I'm gonna throw a picture on screen right now of what they look like. And then I'll go over a little bit about them. As mentioned previously, the layout will be 10 feet by 5 feet 8 inches. I might squeeze a couple inches in when I can make an extension, but I still gotta move this whole shelf over, and that's a pain. But yeah, so the first extension will be about 2 feet and some change, get up to here, and then it'll go all the way to here, and then the other extension will be an end extension that makes it the 10 feet long, and then it'll be the full 5 feet 8 inches wide. So that's 2 extensions I gotta make. I could make them as one big extension, but when I move out of this place, whenever that is, probably not soon, but maybe next few years or so, just depends on what happens. I want to make sure it's easy to disassemble, so because this middle part gets undone, this can be taken out and this can be folded together, the legs can be taken off, extensions can be removed. I want to put 2 giant sheets of plywood of track on them so that right in the middle I can cut the track, take the plywood up, take it somewhere else. I basically want to make it as easy to assemble and disassemble as possible. It's still going to be a pain because it's a giant train table, but yeah. And then under here, like I said, I'll have the train layout storage, so all my train boxes will go under here. Unless I need to do wiring, then I might change things, but as of now, wiring should just be basic Kato wiring, no needs to go under the table, but it just depends. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to getting this layout built.